proceed. If I get text messages, just given the technical difficulties we're having this evening, we may want to take public, if someone missed their opportunity because they couldn't hear or something, some other glitch happened.
Absolutely. Okay.
I will in fact do my city manager. I do have one city manager comment. I apologize.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So just a notice from the Hayward Public Library that we will be celebrating the Lunar New Year and start of Year of the Rabbit this coming Saturday at the downtown library, the January 21st, 11:30 a.m. The program will be presented in partnership with the American Chinese Youth Performing Art Foundation. Will include Szechuan opera, kids ballet, and Chinese zither performances. And I apologize if I did not pronounce the name of that instrument correctly. You can also stop by to view a special art exhibit, The Spirit of Nature, at the Downtown Library Gallery on the second floor, and that will be up through January 25th. It includes art by Bay Area artists Philip Chan and John Toe. The Lunar New Year starts on Sunday, January 22nd, and all are welcome to these free events. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, looks like you want to make a comment.
My apologies. I know that we are connected to the council chambers via the public labeled public window, if you will. If I could just get a confirmation that we do not have any speakers in the council chambers. Public, if you could please unmute and let us know that no public speakers at this time.
I had previously asked that, Miriam, and Joe didn't unmute the computer, so.
Okay, all right. So we'll assume that no one is wishing to speak in the council chambers. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, so like to proceed to our action items and move on to our consent items, and I will entertain a motion. Councilmember Marquez.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to move the consent items.
Moved by Councilmember Marquez, seconded by Councilmember Syra. Thank you. If there are no questions, City Clerk, you can go ahead and call the roll.
Yes, Mayor Salinas. Councilmember Andrews.
Aye.
Councilmember Goldstein.
Abstain.
Councilmember Marquez.
Aye.
Councilmember Roche.
Aye.
Sorry, was I called?
Yes.
Yes, with a note of a hearty thank you to Edward Martins for supporting the library with a very generous contribution.
Thank you. Councilmember Cermeño.
Yes.
Mayor Salinas.
Yes, and thank you, Councilmember Syra. You took the words right out of my mouth. So yeah, thank you very much. The Martins family have been very generous to the city of Hayward over the last couple of years. So thank you very much. And I believe that the minutes have passed unanimously. So thank you.
6 ayes and 1 abstain.
Oh, 1 abstain. Yes, absolutely. Did not pass unanimous. Yes, exactly. Thank you.
And then there on the legislative business item,
yes.
The city attorney, city clerk, and I are going to, since Miriam's voice is very soft, since it includes our salary information, we are all going to turn our cameras off, and Assistant City Clerk Avinta will be calling the roll for this item. So we will be turning our videos off now.
Wonderful, thank you. So I'd like to open up the legislative business, item 15, which is the LB 23-003 salary plan, adoption of a resolution approving the amended fiscal year 2023 salary plan that designates classifications and corresponding salary changes. And I believe I'm going to ask our Director of Human Resources, Brittany Fry, to kick this off, I believe, correct?
Yes, thank you. So let me just share my screen here. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let can get over there to navigate. Okay, so we are here to talk about amending the fiscal year 2023 salary plan. These amendments include setting the salary for one new classification of Systems Analyst 1 at 10% below the Systems Analyst 2 classification. We also have salary adjustments in accordance with letters of understanding with SEIU and subsequent equity adjustments for the classifications you see here: crime scene specialist, crime scene technician, sweeper equipment operator, and lead sweeper equipment operator. The fiscal impact of these adjustments are listed to the right. And in this slide, we have salary adjustments pursuant to employment agreements with the city attorney, city clerk, and city manager. Additionally, based on a compensation study, a market study that we completed in 2020, we have a salary adjustment, which I believe is the final salary adjustment for the communications and marketing officer based on that study. That fiscal impact for those adjustments is listed here as well. Okay. And our recommendation is that the council adopts the resolution approving the revised salary plan for fiscal year 2023. And if there's any questions, I'm happy to entertain those.
Thank you, Ms. Fry. I'd like to now turn to council and see if council has any questions. Councilmember Syra.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for the presentation, Director Fry. I was just curious for the council appointed officer positions, are those percentage increases negotiated through HAME specifically or through the contract agreements when we're hiring those council appointed officers? Just a question as one of the newer members on council, forgive me if this was outlined elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Brittany, do you want me to take that question for you if you need it?
You can. Go ahead.
Okay, and certainly you just jump right in here. So these are negotiated after each of the council appointed officers has their evaluation. Typically on an annual basis, we might do a salary survey to see what the market is for each of those positions. And in relationship to HAME, the city had just negotiated a contract with HAME that allowed for increases within a range depending on how far each position was behind the market. So we use the established HAME methodology in determining what increases would be for each council appointed officer.
Thank you very much. Director Fry, was there anything you wanted to add, or did that cover the gamut?
No, that covered it. I was going to state that they were a part of the employment agreements.
Understood. Thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you. And then Councilmember Marquez.
Thank you. I just want to say hello and welcome to Director Fry. It's the first time meeting you virtually, so welcome. I did notice in the salary, the adjustments in the PowerPoint presentation, specifically the sweeper equipment operator. It looks like it's being cost out from different funds. So just wanted to make sure that that is a practice we do implement whenever there's a position that might be funded partially through CIP budget or specific revenues. Is this a common practice we always do when it's appropriate?
That is actually a question that I believe to be true, but I would defer to.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
So depending on what fund that the position is funded out of, when we do these adjustments, we identify specifically what impact it has to the general fund, if any, and if not, what other fund is impacted. Correct. Okay, thank you.
And then Councilmember Roach.
Thank you, Mayor. I just had a quick question. Could you tell me or define what an equity adjustment is? Also being a new council member, trying to figure out some of the terminology.
Yeah, so so with some of the salary adjustments that were outlined in the respective letters of understanding with the bargaining groups, that created impaction with supervisory classifications or classifications that were tied. And so when we increase a salary that creates impaction, we would also increase those classifications that would be impacted by that.
Okay, and what's the impact? Like, what do you mean by the impact?
So we have certain classifications that are tied, for example, systems analyst 1 and 2, and we would maintain a certain level of difference between those two classifications. For example, also we would maintain a level of difference between a supervisor and somebody that they supervise. I don't
Okay,
have,
I see.
so
I think
that,
I understand. So you're trying to bring things into
yeah, so
equity
we just
across
want to
the
make
board.
sure that they remain in alignment even
Okay.
after those adjustments have been made.
Okay, thanks. Trying to figure it out. Thank you.
Just to add on, in addition to what Director Fry said, which is absolutely correct, we also use the term equity adjustment when we talk about equity with the market. So you may hear it said that way as well.
Thank you.
Okay, seeing no other questions from council, I'd like to now turn to public comment and see if there are any questions or any public comments regarding this from the public. And let me look at the attendees. I do not see any hands raised in the attendees, but I do would like to now ask if there are anybody in the public of INTA. Is there anyone in the chamber that'd like to make a public comment?
We do not have any members in the chambers, Mayor Salinas.
Okay, thank you. So there is no public comment there, right? Okay, I'd like to close the public comment on this item and go back to council for questions or a motion. But before we make a motion, I just wanted to thank the work of the Planning Commission, or I'm sorry, the Personnel Commission. The Personnel Commission looked at this and they asked them really good, thoughtful questions and really looked at all of these compaction issues and so they this was probably one of their longer meetings that they had. So anyways, I just really wanted to give a shout out to the Personnel Commission for their good work in making sure this was buttoned up. So thank you to everyone there. Next, I just want to see if there's any other questions, or I'd entertain a motion, of course. Councilmember Roach.
I'll move the item.
I'll second.
Moved by Councilmember Roach, seconded by Councilmember Marquez. And I'd like to ask the Assistant City Clerk of INTA to take roll call.
Yes, Councilmember Andrews.
Aye.
Councilmember Goldstein.
Aye.
Councilmember Marquez.
Aye.
Councilmember Roach.
Aye.
Councilmember Syrup.
Yes.
Councilmember Zermenio.
Hey.
Mayor Salinas.
Yes.
Thank you.
As promised, Ms. Fry, I delivered it short and brief. Okay, moving on to council reports and announcements. Are there any council reports and announcements? Let me go back to panelists. Councilmember Marquez.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to thank our local NAACP chapter, the planning committee members for our annual MLK celebration yesterday, Chabot Community College. Our chief, Tony Chaplin, spoke a lot about history and how important it is to know and learn from our past, and just the evolution of policing specifically in Hayward and throughout the region. So just wanted to thank everyone that was involved. I really hope that the program was recorded. I think it's something that a lot of community members would benefit from hearing the message from yesterday. So just wanted to thank everybody for that great work. Thanks.
Absolutely. Councilmember Andrews.
I was going to thank the same group, so I'll add on and thank all the other entities that were involved, including the City of Hayward, Chabot, Hayward Unified, and if I'm missing anyone, apologies. But thank you all for all your efforts in making that program happen in person.
Thank you. Councilmember Marquez, you have your hand up again, or?
Yeah, sorry, channeling
former Councilmember Lamnin and encouraging us to give brief updates on some of our committee assignments. I just wanted to share with the public, as your representative on the Alameda County Mosquito Abatement District, I'm happy to report that there was no detection of West Nile virus in humans or birds throughout the entire year of 2022. So the body is doing really great work in vector control and mitigating those issues. And we also got our audit back, and it was a clean audit. And we're also striving to get the same awards and accolades that we get here in the city of Hayward with our annual audit. So just wanted to provide that update that the organization is very well ran, and appreciate everyone on that body for their work. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Roach.
Thank you. I just wanted to add further on to Councilmember Marquez's and Andrew's comments about the MLK celebration yesterday, and just to say how honored I was to be there to watch Arza Madavi be honored. She was the previous Community Services Commissioner, co-founder of the Five Pillars organization, as well as La Familia, and now I forget Judy Harrison, I think. So I just wanted to congratulate all of them. It was really neat to be there and see them receive that award. Thank you.
Absolutely. And then I just wanted to, if no one else has any questions or comments or a report, I just wanted to, again, just give a big shout out and you know, and a big thank you and an acknowledgement of our streets and maintenance crews out there, our landscape crews. You know, these folks are out there, rain or shine, you know, stopping water, redirecting water, packing sandbags. I mean, and it's just an incredible job that these folks are doing. You know, we have a break in rain this week, and so you know, it gives them a chance to, you know, clear things and shore things up. And, you know, of course, we are not without some big cases out there, situations that have been horrible by some of our neighbors. You know, we've seen some really tragic things happen, but our staff and the county, but, you know, our staff are working incredibly hard. And so I just really wanted to ask the city manager yet again to please tell Director Rollman and, you know, to, you know, really thank everybody out there. I think they have I don't know if it's happened already, but I think they have like a lunch or a breakfast or something planned. You know, I think I can twist some arms on the council to maybe kick in a couple of bucks. Maybe we can, you know, bring them some breakfast burritos or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I just wanted to appreciate their work and thank them very much for us. If there are no other council reports, there are no council referrals, and so I'd like to adjourn tonight's meeting, and then so that we can then transition back to our planning commission deliberations for new planning commissioners. So have a good night, and thank you very much.